We're given a warning today. And it's about how we treat people. It's warning us that the person that you treat poorly today may be the same person you need help from tomorrow. I doubt that the steward in today's scripture heard the saying, "Be careful of the butt you kick today," because the butt you kick today just might need the butt you need to kiss tomorrow. The steward may have not heard the saying or proverb before, but I'd also argue that he gives us an example on how to live this saying, on how to treat people well today, because tomorrow he needed help from the people that you encounter tomorrow. In our scriptures today, we hear he is accused of squandering the rich person's property. So he's in the process of losing his job. He's also, as he loses his job, recognizes that he does not have the strength to dig, nor does he have the pride to ask for help. So whether he really squandered the property to begin with, we really do not know. But he does squander it. He does so by reducing the debtor's debt. So that when he loses his job, he has a place to go. The steward treated people well today because he knew that he would need help from people tomorrow. And so it's through helping the people today that he received help. I don't know about you, but it's easy to be nice to a person today when I know I'm going to need their help tomorrow. But I also know that I'm not always aware of who I'm going to need help from tomorrow. So what am I saying? Be careful of the butt you kick today. Because the butt you kick today just may be the butt you need help from tomorrow. This would seem to imply that we are to treat all people well, because we just do not know who we're going to need help from tomorrow. In other places throughout the scriptures, Jesus gives similar instructions. For example, we hear Jesus giving us the great commandment. He gives us the second one, instructing us that you are to love your neighbor as yourself. Or we hear Jesus tell us to do unto others as you would have them do to you. And again, Jesus tells us in the parable in separating sheep from goats, we hear Jesus say, "What you did for the least, you also did for me." Time and again throughout the gospel, Jesus calls us to care for each other. But why? First, I believe we care for each other because each of us bears the image of Christ. We bear that image partly through receiving Christ's body and blood. And it's the way we treat one another that we're also given treatment to Christ. When we treat one another poorly, we're also treating Jesus poorly. And when we treat each other well, we're treating the Lord well as well. And a second reason why I think we treat other people well is because when we treat others well in these small matters, we're proven to be trustworthy also in great matters. The Lord calls us to care for each other, but the Lord also takes care of us. In a few minutes, we gather at this table of Christ's love for us, God's love for us. It's at this table where Christ's body and blood comes present. Not only does it become present, but we become it when we receive it. And it's in our becoming Christ's body and blood we're called to care for one another. As we journey in the week ahead, the Lord calls us to care for many people. And we're called to care for each other because each of us bears that image of Christ. As you go through this week today, how is it the Lord is calling you to care for another person? How is it that the Lord is calling you to care for him?